And welcome to Random Number Generation. This is episode 89, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask Combo Randomizer with Revan. Before we get started here, a few announcements on behalf of Games Done Quick. Registration is live for Awesome Games Done Quick 2024. If you'd like to attend the event in person from January 14th through the 21st, go to gamesdonequick.com for more info. And Frame Fatale has his next event, Frost Fatale, coming up March 3rd through the 10th of next year. Use !FF in Twitch chat or go to gamesdonequick.com/framefatale for more information. And with that being said, Revan, it's wonderful to have you back here. How have you been doing? What have you been up to?
I've been fine. I've just been up to playing lots of Combo Randomizer and a little bit of Donkey Kong 64 Randomizer.com, but mostly Combo Rando.
Of course, the legendary DK64 Randomizer.com. Of course, we always need to mention that, of course, here.
Yes.
So, we had you on last with a combo random, but this one's a little bit different. We're doing a Triforce hunt, which in my opinion is one of the more accessible ways to play this randomizer, especially if you don't quite know where everything is. So before you get started, because this is going to be a little bit of a longer one, Revan, do you want to at least tell folks what a Triforce hunt is, and what exactly are we trying to do here?
Okay. So, a Triforce Hunt is a little mode that actually I think was thought about or created in A Link to the Past randomizer first, where you must collect like these individual pieces of the Triforce, and it's like a flexible goal, and you go and you collect them all, and you get sent to the credits immediately instead of fighting the end boss. So that's how it is in Zooter, in Zooter being Ocarina of Time randomizer, where you collect a certain number of pieces, and instead of fighting Ganon, you warp to the credits. In Combo Randomizer, it's the same idea, where I have to collect a certain number of Triforce pieces, and instead of fighting both Ganon and Majora, I get warped straight to the credits, but it's the credits of the game that I'm in. So if I get all the pieces in the, like if I get my last piece in the game that I am in, it'll play the credits, it'll warp me to, like, say I'm in Ocarina of Time, it'll warp me to the Ocarina of Time credits. If I'm in the Majora's Mask side, I'll be warped to the Majora's Mask credits instead. And for these specific settings, my goal is 20 pieces. There's an excess number in the pool. It's 40 for this seed. But you can, if you want to, you can go crazy and put in like 99. You can go even crazier. You could put in 200 excess and still have your goal as 20 if you want a really fast, stupid fast seed. But for the purposes of this, to try and show off Combo Randomizer in a shorter session, 20 and 40 felt really good. So that's what the main goal is.
So, why 20 period? Because we were talking about this the last time I did a Combo Randomizer Triforce Hunt, and they're like, how many, like the snack-sized Dorito bags, they're like, well, how many Doritos are in there? I'm like, I'm sure as heck it's going to be 20 or less. So, we'll talk about how many Doritos are in a Dorito chip bag later on. Let's get started here.
Okay, so before I actually do start, I want to just talk about some of the things on the screen here real fast, because it's probably... Since the last time we played Combo Rando, this was not a thing. You might notice I have the Kokiri Emerald, the Goron Ruby, the Spirit Medallion, and the Light Medallion already. These are already here because there is a new setting that has been added since I last played Combo Randomizer on Games Done Quick, where dungeons are pre-completed, okay? And you can set a certain number of dungeons to be pre-completed, and this is a way to sort of like help reduce the amount of game you have to check and make seeds like shorter and more reasonable, more manageable to do. For these settings in specific, I have 6 pre-completed dungeons, so effectively half of the dungeons in this entire randomizer are not going to have anything for me. They're junk. They don't have anything for me. I won't know what they are until I check the pedestal in the game and the sign in There's a sign that tells you like where the remains are and stuff like that. And then there's an in-game menu that tells me what dungeons I don't have to do, essentially. So I know what dungeons I may need to go into for items, and then I'll have dungeons I know that I don't need to touch at all. And in tandem with that, when you have an MM dungeon that is pre-completed, like that has a post, like a cleared state, you get a way to access the cleared state without having to beat the dungeon. So that way you can get the checks immediately when you go in that area if you want to. So like, for example, in the north, if I have Snowhead Temple pre-completed, then I talk to this like object thing and it makes it springtime and I can get those checks in the spring. It'll make sense if I actually have to do it, but I'm just giving context ahead of time for that. Outside of that, there's probably like some other changes that you'll probably see and I'll talk about as we're playing. So, yeah, I really wanted to show this off again because there's a lot that's changed and we're probably actually finishing this time, fingers crossed. And you might also notice that it's not the vanilla music. So, yeah, that'll be fun too. Okay. I'm basically ready to go. Is everyone else ready?
Oh, absolutely. On your count, Revan.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck. Have fun. And as always, be sure to keep in mind maybe where your hook shot and long shot is this time. You can tell that story later on.
Yes.
Revan had a wild
I sure
scene.
Can. Okay, and so that's okay. So we will not see the springtime thing, but we might see it for some other MM dungeon. But yeah, one of the immediate changes you'll notice is that I started as an adult. Previously, the last time we showed this off, it was only child start. There was no random starting age, but now there is, just like you can do in solo Ocarina of Time rando. And as you can see, I'm reading the pedestal here to get what dungeons I may have to do in the seed. It's a big maybe. Let's see what it says here. Okay, so another change immediately is that hint importance is a thing. So I can know whether or not I need these certain items. It'll tell me if they're not required, sometimes required, or required. In Triforce Hunt, because there's these excess number of Triforce pieces in the pool, there's gonna be a lot of sometimes required items because the seed is such a way that I can theoretically get probably 20 without a lot of these items. There's just that many extra Triforce pieces in the pool that it's really hard to actually have something that's required in the seed. Like, as in, like, okay, you need this item to get, like, 15 pieces or something, right? Or this item is locking all these other items. As you can see, Ravage Village, that means I don't need to beat Water and Shadow Temple to get the song in Kakariko Village. Oh, okay, an actual Way of the Hero. This is kind of rare in these settings because, like I was saying, it's really hard to have required items in the area. Or, yeah, required items in general in these settings. Okay, Zora Mask and Termina Field. Another Way of the Hero. Way of the Heroes are not bad to actually have. They're actually really good. Because it gives me better direction as opposed to the sometimes required hints, which, as you saw, I have a sometimes required Zora Mask and Termina Field. I basically treat the required items, the sometimes required, as required items in these. Because if I actually try to actively avoid them, then it actually hurts me more than it helps me in the times I've played these seeds since I started working on trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to get Combo Rando down short enough for a GDQ Hotfix appearance, right? Just so I could show off stuff again, right? So, to start with, one of the things with Combo Rando that's really, really important is, or maybe if you're familiar with Ocarina of Time Rando or MMR, is how do you route the beginning of these of something like this, right? Well, in the beginning of Combo Rando, what I've done, and I'm not really technically the person that maybe came up with this route, obviously. Through watching other people, I've come up with this opener where, depending on where I start, I basically do what would be the opener for that game, essentially, as that age, and then in the middle of it, I swap to the other game, essentially, and do that game's opener. So right now, because I started as an adult, I'm doing the adult Kakariko Village opener. And this is a typical opener in Ocarina of Time Rando where you just rush Kakariko Village because there's a decent number of checks here as an adult, and there's also a song here, which I'm about to go get here in a second.
So I have a question, Revan, and I feel like this might be a question of folks in chat too. When do you know it is a good time to go to Terminia?
So a good time to go to Terminus. So basically, like I was saying, depending on what age I'm starting as an OOT, because you can't just start an MM in Combo Rando right now. You always start in OOT. So depending on which age I start as, sort of controls when I switch to MM. You do want to do an initial. Oh, by the way, first cheese, first Dorito. You usually want to make a dip into MM at least once for a short time, to get the owl statue for MM, so you can easily warp to that game whenever you want to, essentially. So if I'm child, I typically do that after I have talked to Malin in Hyrule Castle. And if I'm an adult, I typically do it after I prelude back and I talk to Malin in Hyrule Castle again to set her up for Lon Lon Ranch. Because another difference in combo compared to Ocarina of Time Rando is Malin is not tied to Zelda, like the Zelda sequence, the child Zelda sequence. She's a separate thing. So you have to talk to her to get her to be over at the ranch, basically. Otherwise, as far as like outside of the opener, it's really kind of like feely, outy kind of in a way where like you're not sure. Like you kind of have to have a feeling for when you think it's a good idea to go to the other game. Usually that's supported by hints. Like if you have a hinted region for you, like say I have like Termina Field, like Way of the Hero, then I know I need to go and I need to probably make a push for that at some point. And it also depends on your available density and whatnot. Damp it, please. Another thing you'll notice, we probably touched on this before in previous randomizers, is chest size matches contents. So I'm opening small brown chests right now because I'm looking for like bomb shoes, potentially, out of logic, because those are very nice if I don't find a bomb bag early, and bomb shoes aren't logical in this right now without a bomb bag. So that's the only reason I'm opening brown chests, otherwise I would ignore them. And the only reason why we have this on, at least especially important for Combo Rando, is just because how big it is. Like, it's huge. You need to know if you actually need to walk towards that chest to go get it, if you want to. If you want to go and if you want to save time, essentially. But it's also not really like time savers. It's also just really nice for like general peeking, strats, execution, kind of stuff like that. And as you can see right here, this is what a big major item chest looks like. It's very nice and pretty. That's another reason why I like it personally. Because they make it look pretty. And just like that, that looks pretty too. Look at that model. It's very pretty. Wow. That was not like that last time I we had this on.
Looks good.
Yeah, it's very pretty. Big fan. Other little cosmetic changes like that have been done to make things look nicer, or just preparation for other shuffle settings. There's a lot of really crazy shuffle settings in Combo Rando. Let's see. So actually, yeah, now is the time I go child. For a brief moment, because I'm actually going to go MM in between there. And the reason is because there's really not much for me to do up in Death Mountain Trail and Goron City right now. I don't have bombs. I don't have a bow. I don't have hookshot. I can't get the song. So instead, I bail. And I'm bailing on a Sphere Zero and Death Mountain Trail right now, which Sphere Zero means it requires no items to get. And that's the freestanding heart piece on top of Dodongo's Cavern there. I am just skipping that right now. I'm just saying I'm putting it off. I'll get it eventually if it ends up being something.
You know, those are some famous randomizer words there, Revan.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I have definitely just, I've done this a lot with that freestanding heart piece. It hasn't bitten me too terribly yet, but...
Not yet.
Not yet. It could be tonight. It could be tonight. It could be tonight. We shall see indeed.
I mean, it can't be worse than the stories you were telling me before the stream started with where your hookshot ended up.
Absolutely not. So, I guess we'll talk about it now. So, I did play a seed this afternoon in, as you do, practice, right? And it turned out that the seed was a little mean. There was a hinted item on the Big Goron for where you trade him the claim check. And it was a hookshot that was said to be sometimes required. So I'm like, oh, well, I don't know where the claim check is right now. I'll just keep that in mind, And I kept it in mind. And I still hadn't found the claim check at like 2 hours in or anything. And I'm like, okay, where is this claim check? And it was a very slow seed, very drip feedy in terms of Triforce pieces. And it turns out that the claim check was on a Sphere Zero that I just never really route in my openers in Combo Rando, which is Dampe Digging. And so the claim check was on Dampe Digging. So I had to go turn in the claim check. I get my hookshot. But guess where the long shot is? The long shot is on the moon. So what I thought was going to be, I can find another hookshot somewhere else. Turns out no, because that hookshot on the claim check trade locks the other hookshot. Hard locks it. So I had to get that long shot effectively to... Oh my, okay. To get my Triforce piece off of healing Pamela's father in Majora's Mask in Akana Canyon. That was the only reason. There was one Triforce piece in Akana Canyon locked behind Longshot in Majora's Mask. Of course, right? What is this? Is this a bow? Oh, boomerang. Okay.
So it is important to note now that we're in Termina here that the Razor Sword that was just picked up here by Revan never dulls, unlike vanilla.
That's correct. So it's literally just a nice, cool, stylish-looking sword upgrade that you can just use, and it doesn't break. It's fantastic. Another feature, but I'm sure we talked about it before, you can permanently save in MM. It's fantastic. And I can do it right here. I started with Sonata, it looks like. Okay. So that's from one of the MM dungeons being pre-completed, which, by the way, this is where we're going to get that info. Okay, so I want to make sure I denote... Let's see. Okay, Woodfall Temple's done. Great Bay Temple's done. And I'm going to put Forest here, because you know what? You know what we're all tired of seeing is Forest Temple. You know?
Did they bring up the elevator yet with that? I always heard that was in development.
They did in Ocarina of Time Randomizer. There is a setting you can have the elevator up. Yeah, you can do that. They don't do it in official races, other than maybe like Random Settings League, but it is a setting. But yeah, I am doing a route that I didn't do last time. This is a bit of a route change for MM. I'm doing what is called the South Opener. I didn't grab the ferry, I don't think. Okay, I'll have to remember to do that then. It's no big deal.
Oh, there's your choose. Did you see that?
Were they? Oh, T-Choose? Were they really?
I can't believe it's OOT choose.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay.
You
I'm
called
so
your
used
shot.
to getting choose. Honestly, that's how you react.
Well, I hope I'm right now, but it looked like that to
Yeah.
me.
If it was choose, I would see it in my inventory here. That's why I pause to check that.
Nice.
Okay. So, yeah, south opener, which basically means I'm just going into the south here. Oh, this is a good hint. So this hint means I don't need to go to Ocarina Castle, basically.
Aw, that's one of my favorite
yeah.
cutscenes in Majora's Mask.
Yeah, unfortunately, no Ocarina Castle today.
Aww.
Yeah, unless I had to go in there to get, like, the freestanding item on the pillar, which probably not gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll check what's going on with the choose when I go back to OOT eventually.
Chat is enjoying the tunes, by the way, Revan.
Good. I'm glad. Oh, okay. So this is very important to know.
Ooh. Yeah, this is actually requires an explanation. Normally, this would be like, but this is actually quite powerful. So if you want to talk about that, Revan.
Yeah, I'll talk about that in a moment here. Let me get these hints. This is an interesting one. I wonder what that's going to be required for. Okay, this is not the temple. This is outside the temple, for those confused.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That just means the bean chests. There are 3 chests in Stone Tower that you can only get if you plant a bean. You normally don't see that in the vanilla game because all that's up there is another bean. Like, the other 2 chests up there are useless otherwise, I think. It's like bomb shoes, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're up there. So, but we don't have to worry about it because it's foolish. So that's great. And I assume most people on here would be familiar with what foolish means, but I will elaborate anyway. Foolish means I don't have to go to that area. It doesn't have any items I need there. And Way of the Hero means there's probably some item there I need to get, essentially, to be able to beat the seed. So, yeah. Yes, I should probably touch on this because I see this going on in the chat right now. Oh my god, are you serious? Wow, okay. This is a very big foolish hint. That's why I reacted that way. Anyway, in the chat right now, as far as the items go, how the items work, basically there's a setting where, actually it's a bunch of individual settings, where you can decide whether or not, okay then, I guess we're just not doing Hyrule Field either. There's multiple settings where you can decide whether or not you want the items to count for both games, essentially. And what those settings are called is shared X item or whatever. So like shared sticks and nuts you can do, so where if you get sticks in one game, you have them in the other game. You can do shared bow. If you do shared bows, it means once you get a bow, it counts for both games. You have it for both. Once you get a bomb bag, you have it for both. Once you get a hook shot, you have it for both. So on and so forth. And I pretty much play with all those settings on because to me, it flows a lot better generally. And it might also save some time because you might end up in a situation if you don't do shared everything where your bomb bag in OOT, or not your bomb bag, your bomb bag in MM might be locking your OOT bomb bag in some really silly fashion. And while that kind of interaction is interesting and funny, it just delays things for what you really probably should have, essentially. Okay, good. Need to make sure I got that. Alright, so I need to go and grab that stray fairy before I go north. It'll be fine. Okay. So that's something that I believe we played with that the last time when I was on here with Beryl, but if not, you now have the understanding that if I get a bow, it's going to count for both games. Essentially. Well, not essentially, it just is. Like, I just get a bow for both. It's one item. And it means that there's only 3 bows in the item pool instead of 6. Since the progressive upgrades are just for 1 bow.
Oh, we never got around to talking about why the Song of Time and Ocarina of Time happens to be strong now.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, it would be better if I actually were to get it, but I don't know when I'm going to be getting it. I may not even get it. There's a possibility that I don't. I already have magic. The reason why magic matters is because the song check that is on requires either fire arrows or lens of truth for me to get. So, and it also requires Goron Mask. So I don't know what's going to happen there that way. But, basically, this is not a feature yet in the Ocarina of Time randomizer, but if you were familiar with the Triforce percent that happened, during, one of the GDQs, there was a really interesting thing where they had a song that allowed them to essentially change ages. And that's sort of what is going on with that Song of Time for OOT. I will be able to change my age right where I'm standing once I have it. And it has very huge logical implications, as well as it's just general huge quality of life, because it means I don't have to return to areas to check them as the opposite age. I can just be right there and change ages when I want to. Oh, very funny! Very funny! Very funny to put that right there after I just talked about that one seed earlier today. Okay.
So, Revin, was this planned?
Was this planned? I don't know. Rando is sentient, okay?
It is something.
Oh my gosh. Oh my lord. Okay. Oh my gosh. Why is Clocktown an Animal Crossing song? A good question, because I have a new setting called on that is custom music. You can now use pretty much every, well, almost every, I shouldn't say every, but I should say almost every custom song that both of the randomizers communities have, like, made, essentially, like ported. I don't need to do this. And I say almost all because there's some exceptions. It's kind of technical to explain, but there's the exceptions are like, right now are fanfares and, no songs with custom, custom instruments, essentially. That is, instruments that are foreign to the games, basically. Oh my gosh, Goron Mask, we get to go fast! Ah, yes! Okay, great! That's probably my way of the hero in East Clocktown. Okay. Cool. So that's probably my way of the, oh, you know what? We're doing the worst minigame in the games, in my opinion. Just get this out of the way, please. So this is another reason that Chest-Sized Bash's contents is really good. Okay. So I know I have to do this crappy minigame. Alright. Great. Okay, let's see if I can get lucky or not. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. Okay, yes, let me out, please. Alright. Okay, nope. Alright. Come on, please. Okay. Okay, it was merciful on GDQ. Thank you. Okay, it's not even, unfortunately, it's not anything important. That is just the spin attack upgrade in MM, which is only really useful for a mini boss in Great Bay Temple and in Secret Shrine. And Secret Shrine is foolish this seed, so we don't need to worry about... We probably won't need to use it. And Great Bay Temple is also pre-completed, so we don't have to worry about that mini-boss at all in this seed, actually, which is great. Let's see. Okay, that's nothing. So that's another, like, little sneaky peek you can do for, like, why chest size matches contents is, like, really good. You just peek through that wall there, and you can see what chest is there, and that chest is locked behind a bomb bag. So it's actually really nice to know, like, for the future, if that's a big chest, I come back to it later. So normally, part of this route, we would have actually used Grandma to speed up to talk to Anju, but because we have Stockpot in Foolish, all of Stockpot in, all those checks there, checks being the item locations to find stuff, all those are just completely unimportant. They're dead. I don't need to worry about it. So I'm able to just ignore Stockpot in this seed, which can be both a blessing and a curse, because early checks, you kind of generally don't want to have those locations be foolish, but if it's got some really bad, annoying checks to reroute later, it's nicer to have it foolish anyway. Stockpot is kind of one of those ones that's like, okay, it's got some early checks, but it's got some, like, really late, somewhat late item lock stuff, like, depending on where, like, Cafe's Mask or All Night Mask lands, stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. Whew. And yeah, that backflip I did for the bomber, by the way, is as easy as it looks. There's a lot of, like, little tricks that I'm doing that are not actually too difficult to do. You can literally just do them by watching. Oh, that's a great hint! So I already know now that postman's hat is not on fishing at all. So that means, oh, it might just be on the freestanding where Ruto's letter normally is. Okay. So that fishing is great. That's great to have that hinted to me. That fishing is only a sometimes hint, and sometimes hints are hints that you only get some of the time. You don't get them all the time. They're those, like, nice little location hints that are helpful to you to know whether or not you need to go do something or not. Yeah. So as part of my opener with Combo Rando, I tend to go up to around night 1 here, and the reason why I stop at around night 1 is because it's really more so for efficiency, such that if I find an item that that helps me do another check in Termina Field for later, when I'm going to save Bomb Grandma at midnight, when I'm, like, wasting time, essentially. Should be Goron here. I am rolling like a human because I don't often get Goron early. Because these items can be kind of buried sometimes. Alright, so this is a little mini game that a lot of people are familiar with. It's called the Postman's Game, and the vanilla game expects you to use the bunny hood to see the clock. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be basically timing the where I started it with the live split timer I have, and I just got it first try. So great. I don't have to worry about wasting time retrying that a few more times. Cool.
You don't have time to waste time. You don't have the time.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Although, to be honest, in this case, because I know there's a Zora Mask in Termina Field, I probably should be going for it, but I'm going to just do my standard route here, my standard opener, because the problem sometimes with, like, pushing things like that is then you end up getting further and further away from earlier checks in the seed. And the other thing, too, is that in OOT, there is a song check I want to get as a child, and I also haven't been to Mito's house yet. And Mito's house is pretty important, because it's got 4 items that are just chilling in his house. So I gotta make sure I get there eventually. Oh! Okay, team never buy a shield. Thank you. Sure. Alright. So. Alright, so we're depositing money because the bank here, there is a check you can get, an item you can get at 200 rupees in the bank. And the opener generally gets that after, like, I do this little swap back to it at some point. Usually, in this case, I'll be going back to MM probably directly after I'm done in Kokiri Forest. Unless I get a bomb bag. In which case, because I have Dodongo's Cavern as a dungeon I can do this seed, I will probably push that dungeon for items. Because Dodongo's Cavern is pretty decent density, and it's also a fast dungeon to do. It's not like I would be doing Forest Temple, because Forest Temple would be a huge time commitment in such short settings like this. If I get a bow soon, and maybe even fire arrows, we might even see Snowhead Temple, which would be really nice to show off Snowhead Temple, actually, in combo. But yeah, Hyrule Field is completely pointless. I don't need to check anything in it. It's foolish. So we're really just going south to get the Gerudo Valley items, and then some more hints. Some people, at least nowadays in Ocarina of Time Rando, they tend to do, like, adult Zora's River. I'm not as, like, confident in getting the 2 items there without hover boots. So I tend to not do that route, and I tend to do the old classic Gerudo Valley into Lake, especially because of the hint density you get. Getting all those hints in combo is actually really important. Even though it is kind of slow. Oh, good minigame song. Yo. So yeah, I'm over here in Lon Lon because I want to get this song that Malin teaches us. And I kind of hope it's like a warp song or something. Oh my gosh, these chickens. Oh, nope. Hold on. Nope, I picked that one up already. It's not that one? Okay, I somehow lost track. Okay, it's that one. All right. Okay, cool.
There you
One
go.
thing... Oh, what?
Well, all I was saying is, there you go. Sometimes they're difficult to find.
Yeah. Like, the camera angle... usually I try to make it so the camera angle shows where the 3 of them are, but... Oh, wait, I don't even need to get skulls. What am I doing? They were all nothing. I don't know why I'm getting skulls, just out of habit. Yeah, because I talked to the spiders in Kakariko Village already. I know I don't need to get skulls. It was just autopilot on those 2 that I did grab. Oh, it's Elegy. Okay. So Elegy is for Stone Tower Temple. I would need a lot of items to have to go up there to do checks in there. So so far, when I've had Stone Tower Temple in these, it's been hinted foolish, or I just never get the items to go do it. So I don't think we're gonna see it, but it'd be cool if we did, because it's a really cool dungeon to show off in Randomizer. There's a lot of cool tricks you can do in it, and just routing it in general is fun. Nah, it's not worth the time to get that gold rupee. It's really not. Okay. So, we're just gonna head straight to Gerudo Valley. I am gonna be skipping a... Yeah, those were not OOG bomb shoes earlier, by the way. Those were MM bomb shoes. Okay. Well, that's fine. And you might notice that there's a Goron mask on the up D-pad there. Don't get too excited. It's literally just that. So don't get too excited. That it's literally just hi. So that is not a thing in this right now. being able to be a Goron in OOT. That is not a thing right now. But you can totally roleplay if you want to. But yeah, like I was saying, that's part of the shared item stuff. So you're gonna get the Goron mask in OOT, because in the Happy Mask Shop, when you complete all the quests, he has 4 special masks you can play around with and talk to NPCs with. And those include Goron Mask, Zora Mask, Mask of Truth, and the Gerudo Mask. And those masks, instead of being in the Happy Mask Shop, since the Happy Mask Shop is our gateway to to MM at the start, those items are then just all shuffled in the item pool instead. And you never have to actually do any of the mask quests, other than just going over to Lost Woods and go into the Deku Theater with Skull Mask or Mask of Truth. Oh, okay. We got the Kamaro's mask here. Again, it's always a real treat to see the MM items in OOT, and they look like perfect, like 1-to-1 exactly. That was like one of the very first things that when I was seeing Nax, the lead developer on Combo Rando, showing it off last year before it was released as like a somewhat playable thing. I was stunned he got the masks working, like looking 1-to-1, all the items looking 1-to-1 in both of the games. Like it's really incredible to me. Something as small as like that, like it's crazy. And like how far things have come since then is even crazier. Oh, see, and I didn't have to get that gold rupee anyway, because I got a silver rupee instead. Over here. Yeah, so, we're just getting these hints over here. I don't know if I want to go into Zora's Domain with this scale. We'll see. The problem is I need to get to Mido's house sooner than later, and I need to get to that Saria song location check. Because that could be a really good song. It could be Zelda's Lullaby, for example, so that'd be really good to get. And I know, it looks like we haven't gotten very many Triforce pieces right now. Sometimes these seeds, like, they take a bit to ramp up. I need items, and I'm missing a bomb bag. Like, once I get a bomb bag, that's gonna give me a lot to do.
Yeah, I feel like the bomb bag is what you look for first, right? Like, the bomb bag, generally. And then maybe, like, a hook shot. The hook shot, a lot of folks underestimate how much the hook shot unlocks Majora's Mask in terms of checks.
Yeah. Yeah. Any projectile in MM is really important. That's why I was, like, saying, oh, I should probably get that Zora Mask, because it's probably locking a decent number of Triforce pieces already, because that would give me access to Pirate's Fortress. And that's a lot of checks in there when I have Goron Mask already, too. But I saw this Postman's Hat being required in Lake Hylia. The hint is right here again. So I'm going to see if it's the freestanding item over here. And I'm hoping it is, so I can then just, alright, I'm going to do a quick save warp, you know, kind of deal. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so the not required iron boots there, that means Water Temple is just, like, completely, like, obliterated. I have nothing to do over there. Okay, so this Postman's Hat is probably hookshot locked as an adult then. It could be Shoot the Sun, but that would require 2 hookshots then. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. That Iron Boots not being required is pretty huge to know, for sure. That kills a lot of checks for me right now, so that's actually really nice, especially because, again, Water Temple is one of the dungeons I could do, but now I'm definitely really not going to. At all. Unless it forces me to for, like, the song from the Forest Medallion, which could happen.
Something, just because you could doesn't mean you should.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Wow, this Midas house.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Woo.
Okay, not great items, though. We got the bomb bag! Okay. See what I mean? That's why I was like, I need to get to Mido's house, because I hadn't found anything big yet. That's gonna open things a lot. I'm gonna be going to Dodongo's Cavern, like, as soon as possible. As soon as I possibly can, when it makes sense. Okay. I knew what I was doing there by saying that, alright? I knew I was manifesting the good item, alright? I was manifesting the good item there to get the bomb bag. Okay. Alright, nothing there. Okay, so I don't need to open up brown chests anymore because, unless I want money for the bank and MM, because I have bomb bag now. I don't need to worry about looking for bomb shoes. Alright, so we actually do have a fair number of MM songs right now too. That's kind of funny, actually. It would be nice to have some more warp songs. That's why, like, in these settings, you might have noticed I started with Four's Wind. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm having a lot more Way of the Heroes than normal. That's because that Postman's Hat is hinted required, though, too. Huh. Yes, the banker has 3 different items on him for each tier of reward. He has a 200 reward, which is, oh, whoops, I didn't mean to buy that. He has a 200 reward, he has a 500 reward, and a 1,000 reward. They were reduced from their well, except the first one. They were reduced from their 1,000 and 5,000 rupees, from vanilla. If you ever actually had to get 5,000 rupees for the bank and randomizer, it would just be terrible. It would be really, really terrible. Gosh. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I tend to do these, I tend to do like a merging of the openers of both games. And we're almost done with that opener here. Almost done. And you could consider Dodongo's Cavern part of that in this case, because you almost always get that in the first hour in any Ocarina of Time randomizer seed. It just so happened in this seed that it wasn't pre-completed, so we have to do it. Dude, what? Why are there so many Way of the Heroes this time? Okay. Kind of... Okay.
Brevin, you're doing it right over there.
I'm doing fine. The seed is fine. It'll be fine. I believe. It'll be fine.
No. Chat, where have we heard this one before on the show? Where have we heard "it'll be fine" in quotation marks on the show before?
Oh my gosh. Combat gives me so much, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good okay or a bad okay, Chad. It's hard to tell right now because there's a lot going on. What do you have? 2 Doritos right now. Not like Doritos matter as much as progress right now, but still, like, it's something to consider.
Yeah, so usually, like, even in the seed earlier today, I had like 7 pieces at around this time. So sometimes these seeds, like, they snowball pretty hard. So maybe I'll just end up snowballing, like, at some point. Once I get some of these Way of the Heroes that I have. Because it's true that Road to Akana Way of the Hero might just be because of, like, the Goron Mask Grotto check there I still need to do. And it's really just because I'm doing this early opening route and I'm sticking to it instead of, like, veering off to the side to go to these Way of the Heroes. And rushing, like, something like Pirate's Fortress. So I might need to do stuff like that here in a moment. Okay, well, that's nice to have considering the Postman's Hat in Lake Hylia. We actually have a warp song. It is not the most useful warp song, but it is useful in this case for Lake Hylia, since I know there's a required Postman's Hat there for later, I guess. We'll mark that.
Oh, that's Ice Cap from Sonic 3, Chad. You gotta love Ice Cap Zone.
Yeah. Butler Race is dead. All right.
Let's see them bop emotes, chat. You got any good music emotes out there?
Oh my. Okay, I can get that.
Oh my.
Okay,
that's the first, like, big breakthrough I think you've had this seed, Robin.
Yeah. I was kind of suspicious. I was like, I have Goron Lullaby already. I probably should do Gossip Stones in my Termina Field route at night. It's just I'm not in MM right now. About to be. There are 2 checks I'm doing here before I go over to MM. And one of them you might be a little confused by because I decided to be a little silly and funny for this, and I've been playing with it the past couple of seeds, and it has been enjoyable. So I'm about to explain it in a second after we talk to we reunite Richard with his owner here. Richard's a good dog.
Richard is also a good tech, by the way.
Yes.
No, the why. Let's give a shout out here to our tech, Richard. Thank you so much, Richard, for making everything happen behind the scenes here, along with Ray as well, here at GDQ Hotfix. We appreciate y'all.
All right, so you see this guy here? You know, he normally sells you a key. Well, he's not selling me a key.
Oh.
So I turned that on.
Oh, Robin, you realize this is like Tombo levels of bad idea, right?
However, it's a key ring. So I just need to find one item to get all those chests in there.
You know that keyring is gonna have something important on the other end of that. I don't know, Robin. I don't trust that. That is the first setting I've seen that just doesn't feel comfortable to me, okay? It's not comfortable.
All right, so I'm gonna get this hammer. I know I said I was gonna do Dodongo's Cavern, but I need to go and get these items in Termina Field right now. So I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna go adult right after that, I think, because we need to start getting these items. The treasure chest game keyring is a recently added setting as of like around. Well, the keyring setting itself. Well, the chess game shuffle itself is a recent added setting from like a month or 2 ago, but the actual like being able to make it so it's only the chess game keyring was a recent thing as of like a couple weeks ago. And so I've been playing with that in these Triforce Hunt settings, and there's been a lot of seeds where I end up never getting the keyring, and it doesn't matter. And then there's been seeds where I get it immediately, and then it has like 1 or 2 Triforce pieces in it. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. But yeah, so that the Gossip Stones thing there, the way that works is you play the dungeon song with the respective transformation mask tied to that to get the to make the gossip like turn a certain color. And you do it across all 4 of those grottos that have 4 Gossip Stones in it, and it gives you a heart piece in the vanilla game. In Randomizer, obviously, that's shuffled, and it's going to give me my Megaton Hammer instead. Okay, there we go. The Dodongos are done. They're gone. Okay, that's not the Zora Mask. So the Zora Mask is probably in the Eastern Termina Field Pillar. Unless it wants to be on Healing Kamaro for some reason.
Oh, someone asked, what is Tom Bodette level's a bad idea? You all have never seen Good Idea, Bad Idea from Animaniacs? Like, that's Tom Bodette who does that voice. The same person as the Motel 6 person.
Okay, those hints are all the same.
But yeah, Good Idea, Bad Idea. Go look it up sometime. That is probably my favorite segment from old school Animaniacs.
And it's been a long time since I've seen Animaniacs myself, so it's really difficult for me to remember specific scenes and stuff, you know?
Oh yeah, it's one of the shorts from there. It has like all kinds of like funny puns. Ooh. Okay, there we go. We got the Zora Mask now. Okay, okay.
Yep, we had that hinted. It's great. Very happy that I have it now. Let's see if this Road to Akana Way of the Hero is accessible right now. Okay, that's a small chest. Oh my gosh, really?
Oh, I know I'm old. I get it. That show was on when I was a kid.
What is this?
Oh my gosh.
Shot?
Revan, you are on a roll right now.
It is the Eyeball Frog, which is Lake Hylia, so that's going to give me the Postman's Hat. For sure. Okay. Oh yeah, so I guess this was a thing already in the last time we played, but we didn't really talk about it. The adult trade items are shuffled in the item pool. It is a setting in Ocarina of Time Randomizer, but in Combo Rando, it's just a default item pool thing. So all the individual adult trade items are just shuffled in the item pool, and that right there is going to be something I trade to the guy in Lake Hylia, and he's going to have my Postman's Hat most likely in this case, since Road to Akana was Way of the Hero. I need to go back and get this other Gossip Grotto at some point. I'll have time though. This seed probably is going to snowball because I'm going to get all these items in MM here.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go back to OOT and it's going to be crazy.
I said you were on a roll. I meant that literally.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. I'm on a roll right now.
Chat, you can boo me. You have my permission.
Permission to boo is granted.
Boo! Oh, goodness. So I found out, I want to say not the last time, but like a couple times before when I was playing this, how these musical rocks worked, because I had no idea. I had zero idea, and I had an important check on that. So you can imagine what happened to me during that.
Yes. Yes, it's funny. It's one of the heart pieces in MM that a lot of people never actually did. And it's because the only way to find out about it is from like a Gossip Stone, basically. So, and unless you read every single Gossip Stone with the Mask of Truth in Majora's Mask, you're just never gonna know about that heart piece and how it works.
This was a good question. Someone said not helping Grandma. I assume you mean the one with the all-night mask. So here's the thing. I believe earlier on we discovered that the stock pot inn was ruled foolish. And remember, as a reminder, foolish means that there's nothing there. It's like a junked thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see,
Bomb-
Revan. What was up with that?
Yeah, that's Letter to Cafe. That's a fun item to get.
Well, what kind of fun are we talking about? Are we talking about like actual fun or quotation marks fun?
Definitely quotations mark fun. I have had the Letter to Cafe like that pop up early in one of these before, and turning it in right away actually hurt me really badly for the seed, because there was actually like there was a French vanilla bomb bag in the bomb shop, behind Bomb Grandma. So,
and I just want to let people know too, just in case, Reverend, for folks who don't know what French vanilla means, that just means it's like in the exact same place that it would be in the base game. Oh, there's the hammer too. There's the hammer. Yep. Good.
Yep.
So sorry, Revan, what were you saying?
Yeah, so the way someone mentioned I'm not saving Bomb Grandma. I am going to be saving her. The way Letter to Cafe and she interacts with that is you can't get the last half of the Letter to Cafe checks. There's 2 items on the final day that you can't get them if you save her, basically. So I would be essentially hurting myself by turning in the Letter to Cafe right on this cycle, while also saving her. So I'm going to pass up on doing the Letter to Cafe right now, and I'll probably do it next cycle. Specifically because there are some checks that are very important to get with Bomb Grandma. Particularly that item I talked about in the bomb shop. That only becomes available when you've saved her. And the last time I rushed Letter to Cafe, that was my bomb bag. It was an item I needed. So I really kind of don't want to do that this time around. So I'm just gonna save Bomb Grandma and play the cycle like normal and use the Letter to Cafe instead. Oh no, I can't use it as toilet paper anyway because it's stockpotting is foolish. So we're just gonna hold on to it for next cycle.
I was just talking about how Stockpot was foolish as well, because I thought they were talking about the other grandma, like All Night Mass Grandma. But yeah, that's a shame because Hand in the Toilet is one of my favorite checks in this game.
Yeah, it's super fun, especially when he has a Triforce piece or something you need. It's really, really fun because you get surprised by what he comes out with.
Someone's like, this game looks old. This game is old! Someone just said in chat it was like 23 years old or something like that. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. It's really crazy how randomizers have revitalized these games so much, too. Oh, is he not? Okay, I have to... Okay, we'll just reset him. No big deal.
Chat's going off the rails right now. Oh, heck.
Okay. So I'm routing this as well before I go back to OOT. And we're gonna see... I kind of also want to go get the 2 Zora checks in Termina Field 2 before I go. Let's see, what's in here? Anything good? No, okay, so... Bomb Grandma does not punish me tonight. That's fine. I could have save scummed, honestly, but it's just so much more effort to do it. Let's see. I don't think I'm gonna end up getting my... Oh, no. I'm not gonna end up getting my bank one. Oh no, I am gonna get it. Never mind. Okay, we're good.
So for folks who don't know, back in the day, if you wanted to play Majora's Mask, like when it came out, you had to get an expansion pack for your N64. So like there was this thing that came out of the front and you put the expansion pack, which does something for the graphics apparently. But I know so many people who received this game for the holidays because, you know, it is that season as of this recording. And I know folks who did not get the expansion pack, so they had Majora's Mask, but they couldn't play it. I mean, that was a memory there. I never had that. I was lucky enough to get the expansion pack with this. but I knew of folks who were not able to play it because they didn't have the pack at the time. Lucky for us, that's not really a thing anymore in our current year, but my goodness, imagine growing up and having that happen.
Yeah, speaking of that, I am playing on an actual Nintendo 64 right now. I am not playing this on an emulator, and it also still requires a RAM and expansion pack, which I am
there
using.
You go.
So yes, Combo works on original hardware. It's very cool. Very huge. Very awesome.
So, question then, with your N64 controller, how good is the joystick on that? Because I don't know too many N64 controllers with good joysticks. I got the one from the Nintendo Switch Online, the one that's compatible with the Nintendo Switch Online store. The joystick on that is beautiful, and I thought to myself, I don't think I have a single original N64 controller with that good of a joystick.
Yeah, so I had been burning through N64 controllers for a while. This most recent one I have is actually lasting me pretty good while. I think I've had this one now for like, I think it's been a year or so. Usually my control sticks definitely go out after like a year though. So hopefully this one will continue to last. It is not a steel stick controller.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, the other thing is, like, it's really hard to find an N64 controller with a good joystick. Y'all, joysticks were such a problem with the N64 controller, they had to put a thing in Nintendo Power telling people to not misuse their joystick for many reasons during Mario Party 2 or 3. I want to say, like, people were holding their joysticks awkwardly during some of those minigames, and they were like, yeah, don't do that, that's going to break it. And I firmly believe that's one of the reasons why it's really difficult to find a good N64 controller with a good joystick out in the wild right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then, of course, you know, also N64 stuff in general is like, as the years go on, it's getting harder and harder and harder to find hardware in general. So especially.
This game was also on GameCube, to answer that question in chat. So there was a disc for the GameCube that had, I want to say, 4 Zelda games on it, and Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask was on it. It was like the collector's edition. I don't even know what a copy of that loose is going for right now. I'm actually curious. Now I'm gonna play Price is Right with this.
Yeah, go. You should. Check. Look that up. I'm actually curious too.
Yeah, because I know that disc is not cheap.
All right, so we're going up Death Mountain Trail finally. And going into Dodongo's Cavern, I honestly should have probably gone for this a little bit faster, but it's fine. I do need to do Bombshoe Bowling. I forgot to do that. It's okay. It's all right. I'll get to it.
So it's not as bad as I thought. A loose version of the disc is about $46 for loose. Complete, which means the plastic's been broken, but you still have the manual. Yes, those were actually a thing back then, y'all. And the disc together and the box intact is $62. Brand new is $149. So if you want this completely untouched, brand new condition, you probably have to almost have it like professionally looked at in order for it to be evaluated that way. $149 though for that. That's interesting to me.
Yeah, that is. I'm sure it's partially because it was like a pre-order bonus in the US or something. Because you couldn't just buy it.
I know for Wind Waker, so folks are mentioning Wind Waker in chat. When you pre-ordered Wind Waker, you got the Ocarina of Time and Ocarina of Time Master Quest disc. I actually do own that one. That one's pretty neat. I would recommend it. Yeah. Yeah, looking for retro games, like going through like the secondary market and taking a look and seeing what things are buying and selling for. Very interesting, honestly, but I always told Oth when we talked about this, I'm like, who knew knew to, like, not open up their games back then. I'm sorry, if you were my age and you got a new game and you were playing that, you weren't gonna keep it in the plastic and just keep it on a shelf, you know?
Right.
Games were meant for playing.
Mm-hmm. It would have been crazy to try and hold on to something, like, complete in box as a kid.
Yeah, like, who held on to, like, the Super Nintendo boxes, right? Like, I got the really nice cases. You could go out and buy plastic cases specifically meant for, like, Super Nintendo cartridges, NES cartridges. Those were beautiful. Why would you want to keep it in a kind of unwieldy box, and every single time you'd have to go in and get it that way? No, you bought, like, really nice cases for that, and who knows what people did with the cardboard. I probably threw out a lot of valuable cardboard that was encasing my games, but I don't know, it just looked better in a shelf when I bought the nice cases.
Right. Exactly.
That is on the parents to buy too. Y'all, how much were you thinking games cost back in the day? Well,
Right.
I have this conversation all the time. It is absolutely mind-blowing, wild, that games are still like $60, $70. Back then, y'all don't want to know what, like, a new Super Nintendo game would cost, for instance, and how you would convert that to today's prices. I mean, holy moly. And then N64, and I think there was like a Genesis console where you had to, like, keep adding parts of the console on. Like, I read about that.
Oh, yeah.
I never owned a Sega, but I knew that, like, by the time you bought all of the parts for it, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was. I think that was like you had like 32X or something.
Yeah, something ridiculous like that.
Yeah. Some wild stuff.
Yeah, some of the SNES games were 80, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was back then. I would say the most funky controller back then, I don't know if you ever held a Dreamcast controller, those felt always very awkward to me.
I once did playing like Power Stone with some friends or something. It's definitely really weird to hold it. I was like, what? I was like, how do I play this game? What?
And I mean, we should talk. If y'all, when I originally got an N64 controller in my hand, I had no clue how to hold it at all. I always thought you held on to the one with the D-pad, right? Because I'd used a D-pad on every other controller. But
yeah.
I don't know what their end game was for making the N64 controller the way they did with 3 grips on it. It just doesn't look like it was designed for 2 hands. You know, it
no,
doesn't.
Definitely not.
Bye, King Dugdango. Don't worry, King Dugdango. You'll be able to see I ate your pie at some point again. Pie, we love you. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Pie is literally the only person I ever seen die to King Dugdango.
Yeah, anyone has seen that, and like everyone has seen that. Like, and no one's gonna let him live it down.
Pie's my friend. That's the only reason why I know I can get away with that.
Yes, same.
Oh my goodness. So again, the
gosh.
seed looks like it's heading in a good direction, Robin. This seems better than the seed you described earlier today, so that's good.
Yes, if I just
we need a hook shot.
Yes, if I could just get some Triforce pieces here, it'd be kind of nice. I'm starting to think I actually just need to be an MM or something. I don't know what is going on right now.
Was there ever any game where holding the middle and left grips was optimal? That's a good question. That's something that I'll have to ask some of my friends, because yeah, someone died to King Dugdango. Yeah, it was our friend Pie. It was I think he was doing something and it had just happened. Like,
yeah,
I'm
it
trying
just
to remember
happened. He actually, I think, like, got hit by him somehow, and then, like, he He ended up having low enough health to die.
I hope that wasn't 5
All
hits.
right,
Sooner.
there's a piece. Thank you.
Hey, see, you mentioned it. Okay. Wait, Road to Icona. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's where I got the eyeball frog from. So I'm gonna do that.
Gotcha.
As soon as possible here. It's just there's all this stuff I need to route here. It's crazy. Wait, that's a little too early. This should be. Oh, that no. Okay, it's fine. He'll be back. It's okay. I'll just start doing this then. If I have to wait for him to come back anyway, just route this. So this guy is shuffled. Oh, he's got a bottle of Chateau Romani. How cute. Tinkle is Way of the Hero. So that letter to Cafe might be Way of the Hero.
Oh no. Y'all still have me thinking, so I need to take like one of those like less than $1 Dorito bags and actually see how many chips are in there, because it's gotta be less than 20. Like, there is not much that fits. Like, it's mostly air, right? Like, even like a standard Dorito bag is mostly air. I don't know what it is with Doritos in particular in that, but that is the case. But I gotta open up like one of the tiny bags of Doritos and actually see how many are in there. Yeah.
I had one of those bags yesterday, and it's definitely a small amount of Doritos. I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah, it's not enough.
But it's not enough. Yeah, exactly. And I remember, like, as a kid, it felt like there was more in there. I don't know if I'm crazy.
No. I remember that. I remember that as well, too. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Chat just said the Chateau Romani is at the same price. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good point. Yep.
Even in a foreign country, it is the same price. I mean, you know, those Gorons, they gotta pay for that importing, you know? Those import taxes, in this case, because they're getting the item from...
I mean, it had to get delivered and re-delivered, so yeah, I mean, I can see it.
Yeah.
I just bought a otter calendar from Japan. I always buy one every year from folks who raise otters there. And the shipping, very nice. The shipping cost more than the calendar itself. So I guess 200 rupees in Hyrule is a good deal with that in perspective.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go and turn in this eyeball frog, and then I guess go quickly check the postman's hat to see what's going on here.
Yeah, there's something going on with these two items, I would agree.
Mm-hmm. It's really weird. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. There. Okay. Oh, yeah, and another change you'll notice is I have the adult trade items on the D-pad there. That was actually a recent change, like about a week or two ago. It's kind of nice convenience to not have to put it on your C button. While Child has, as you saw, has the masks and stuff on D-pad up, which is very nice for the bunny hood when you have it. Yeah, so one-off trade item for another.
Wait, are you serious? Are you serious right now?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Completely serious. Completely and utterly serious right now, and we're gonna see what the heck this Way of the Hero is in South Clocktown. It's a bow! Okay!
Alright! We like that.
That gives me stuff to do in the north in MM. I am very tempted to go do that right now. Very tempted. But I kind of need to use that bow probably on some mini games in the south. But it's very tempting to go to like Snowhead Temple and stuff right now. Trying to think. I do need to do Bombshoe Bowling. I should probably go do that because that's 2 checks with that bomb bag. Let me see. What other way of the heroes do I have? Is that okay? I have the Kakariko Graveyard way of the hero, which I haven't gotten, which is makes me think it's Dampe Digging. Okay, that's another OOT bottle. All right. Okay, let's go do Bombchu Bowling while I have the money. And then I need to go do stuff in MM with that bow, almost certainly. I'm almost tempted to, like, rush the song. Dude, if I could just... If I just had fire arrows or lens, if I just did it without lens, I could get OOT song a time. But doing that is such a risk. I'd rather just try to push something like Snowhead Temple. Even if I can't beat that dungeon right now. A little risky, but it clearly wants me to go north because there's actually a decent number of checks. Wait, wrong minigame house. There's a decent number of checks in the north and MM right now I could go do, and I only have 5 Triforce pieces, so I got to be thinking about like more like places. This is kind of where I have some idea of what I want to do, but I kind of need to think about density now. What is more likely to have? Okay, so that didn't end up having anything. What is more likely to have Triforce pieces or items in general? All right, I think we're just gonna go south first, real quick, because it's very quick to go south with Goron Mask, and mainly because the bow is way of the hero in South Clocktown. And the reason why I even want to is because of Swamp Archery in MM has 2 items locked behind it. So it's not too bad to just go down here and route all this stuff while I'm here. Plus, there's Tingle over here too. I need to confirm if that Letter to Cafe is actually way of the hero or not. There's also just several, like, technically freebie checks down here too. Like that Triforce piece, for example.
Seems like they're rolling in a little quicker now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna... Oh, I meant to make it night in the grotto, or day in the grotto. That's fine, whatever. Yeah, Goron... Snowhead Temple, so I kind of want to go to Pirate's Fortress, I think. And I kind of want to go to... Snowhead Temple. I can... So because Woodfall Temple's pre-completed, I can go to... Woodfall without beating Woodfall Temple. So you will be able to see that. I kind of want to find a bottle in MM, though, to heal Kome before that. Just as a reminder, I need 20 Triforce pieces to beat the seed. I only have 6 right now, but things can snowball now that I have a decent number of items to do a bunch of dense locations. You want to push density, but also you want to push where song locations are. Oh gosh, I missed that. Okay, got that scrub. And what I'm doing right now is like kind of like a safe play is going towards where some Sphere Zeros are. And because going towards the north, while yes, there's a lot there, I'm just also knocking out some Sphere Zeros here. That have been available since the start of the seed. And then this is also now available with the bow that's way of the hero. And there's a Triforce piece. And the double!
Yo, let's go!
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alright, so that's good. That makes me feel quite a bit better with that. Alright, I can't tell what's up there, so I'm actually just going to go get it. Typically what I do with that swamp, this swamp tree here, is if I can't tell what it is, I just go get it. Oh, what is it? Oh, okay. Another adult tree item. That's fun. That is the odd potion that you trade to the Kokiri in Lost Woods. Ooh, okay. So there's two things that are possibly Way of the Hero on Tingle. Letter to Cafe or Ocean Title Deed. Ugh. Okay, so you see this flame over here? If I talk to that, it's gonna make the swamp area cleared. Which I will do that once I kind of want to do it once I have a bottle, ideally. For MM, because I want to be able to heal the witch so I can get her check before the swamp cleared state. I could save scum the cleared state just to see if Woodfall does have anything. And then if it doesn't, then I just reset. Okay, there's that South Clocktown Way of the Hero again. That doesn't mean anything. That's just one copy still of South Clocktown. If I see third South Clocktown Way of the Hero, then I know South Clocktown is double Way of the Hero, which means that there's 2 items that are required in that area for the seed. And see what I mean? We're snowballing! We're snowballing, see? See, we're gonna be fine. If I hit 10 before, like, the 1 hour 40 mark, we're fine. We're gonna be fine. Oh, I should have put on the mask to skip 2 seconds of this. No. Making it clear does not prevent you from getting the songs in the swamp. The only thing the cleared state prevents you from doing is getting the tingle photo and getting the check you would get from healing Kome. Okay, alright, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go, because I don't have a bottle, I'm not even gonna save scum. I'm gonna just, I probably should at least check the grotto, though, because I do have access to that with Zora Mask. This would not be one of the reasons you need Zora Mask in this seed, because, again, I could just make it cleared and get this as human or Goron anyway. But I'm just gonna do this now because this check is really quick to do. And then I'm gonna go, gosh, I really kind of want to go west, but I think I'm gonna go north first. Yeah, unless this is like a bottle. Okay, no. Alright. Okay. I probably should think about making it, trying to route Dampe digging in Kak Graveyard, maybe, because of that Kakariko Graveyard Way of the Hero, because I definitely did not get the Way of the Hero item there, I don't think. It's like, we didn't find a hookshot, we didn't find, like, a bow there, we didn't find the Goron mask there, it was in East Clocktown. And one of the Sphere Zeros was Way of the Hero in MM, so maybe what I should do is I should go and just get this owl statue now and then swap over to OOT and just purposefully wait until night in front of Kakariko as a child and just get Dampe digging by itself. Because I want to make sure that I get that Way of the Hero. Because it's probably, if it's being Way of the Hero hinted, it means it's required. And I probably can't get enough Triforce pieces without it. So that probably means it is a hookshot, or maybe it's Deku Mask. Not sure.
So right now, what is like your top 3 wish list, Revan? Like, what are you looking for next? What would you like to see?
I think I'd like to see fire arrows, because then I could do Snowhead Temple without any worry or problems. And I wouldn't have to double dip that dungeon, and that dungeon wouldn't take as long to do with fire arrows. Just doing it all in one go. Yeah, so that's the reason I'm even pushing this in the first place, is because since this is Way of the Hero, it very likely means it's required for the seed. Like that postman's hat was hinted required to me. That means that bow is like the only bow I could actually get. Like the rest are probably bow locked in some fashion. Alright, so unfortunately we're going to be chilling here for a little bit because I don't have Sun Song. I guess I could talk about some other things. I do have... Let's see, what else could I touch on here? Oh, I don't have the ability to show this off yet, but one of the updates to this that's really nice is you can arrow cycle your elemental arrows in both games like you can in the Wind Waker. So you pull out your bow, and you press R to switch between the elemental arrows instead of having to pause and awkwardly switch. That was something that was not present when Beryl and I were on GDQ Hotfix last. It's extremely nice because it's also in OOT here, which is not currently in Ocarina of Time Randomizer yet. I mean, it probably eventually will be, but it's not right now. And I honestly want to get those fire arrows too because of that OOT Song of Time. So...
Revan, why don't you talk about your stream and any projects you're working on or anything of interest that you might be doing going into next year?
Sure. So I typically stream randomizers. My interests lately have been combo rando. Typically I don't stream just the Triforce Hunt settings I've been doing have been specifically so I could be prepped for this. That was kind of like a project, I guess, was to make sure that these settings could be a good showcase for GDQ Hotfix. But typically for combo rando, I tend to do somewhat sillier settings. Sometimes I do settings that are more standard. Most of the time I do settings that are more standard. But recently, for example, I did a seed where I can hookshot anything, basically. And that means that, you know, you see that wall over there? I could hookshot there if I wanted to. And stuff like that is like considered in logic and stuff. So that seed was a mess and a half. But besides that, as far as like maybe like future project stuff goes, I might be... I'm always looking at like randomizers usually. I don't typically do too many speedruns or anything. What does he have here? Okay, so it's not him. Alright, so maybe I forgot, maybe it's ZL locked. I don't know. Okay, in that case I'm going to go back to MM then. And I think it's really just messing around with combo rando stuff for the most part, and probably some DK64 rando. I would be interested in picking up something like Banjo-Kazooie Randomizer if that ever like got some more additional updates to it. But at the moment that has been kind of slowly worked on. Besides that, I don't have too many like other projects in mind necessarily, but you'll typically just find me playing randomizers of some kind on my stream, and if you like that, well great, come on by, because it's a great time. And It's always a great time, especially with DK64randomizer.com and OOTMM.com.
I have never met a randomizer community as passionate as the DK64 randomizer community. There are quite some characters in that community.
Yes, exactly.
We love them here, though. It's always received a lot of support whenever we've had it here on Hotfix.
Oh, it's a great randomizer. I love it. It's shockingly good as a randomizer. Oh, come on.
Now, here's something I didn't understand here, Evan. So you play the song for the little cute baby Goron here, but then the baby doesn't stop crying.
He gave me a Triforce piece, though.
But he didn't stop crying.
But, well, you see, he'll stop crying if I do it again.
Oh, really?
He should. He didn't, though. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. He definitely is supposed to. I don't know why he didn't.
I feel so bad for the baby.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Because I like it. I love the scene where the baby falls asleep in the vanilla Majora, and then like everybody else just like kind of falls over after that. It's so adorable.
I messed it up.
Are you trying to get the sirloin?
Yeah, so I accidentally wasn't. I was too close to the ramp. So what I'm doing here is I set up the fire there. I'm not sure if I have enough time with the flame there to shoot the arrow through the flame right now because I messed up, but we'll see if I can still make it here. This is a way to be able to get the sirloin without having to guess which one it is. So it's always gonna be that one that's second from the left, and I just get that middle one when I don't have fire arrows. To make it easier for me. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Wow, okay. It's fine. I just I wasn't far enough away.
Oops, you did it again.
Yeah, I did it a second time. Oh, and then I miss it. Oh, great.
No!
Yeah, of course. This isn't hard, I'm just being really silly. Okay, here we go. This should be it. Yeah, here we go. All right. So, I'm just gonna set that up. It's gonna stay there, and I'm gonna get it after I check Lens Cave over here.
You ever miss, like, the path to the Lens Cave because you're going too fast and they all keep trying to talk to you and it's like, no, be quiet?
Yes. Yes, I have, yeah.
I mean, that's the rated G version of what I'm telling you.
And the other thing is, when you're just trying to roll past him to get over to the keg trial area, and you accidentally press A when you're a little too close to him because you're trying to Goron roll, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And you're like, "I don't want to talk to you." I don't want to talk to you. I know you're lonely, Mr. Owl, but please, we're trying to get through here.
They should rewrite the Owl's text to talk about the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop.
Yes, they should. Oh my gosh, yes, they should.
All right, so now this is like the closest thing that Majora's Mask has to a hype cave, if I'm understanding this properly.
Yeah.
Oh! So, question, Revan. The refrigerator rockets, does that count as Blue Fire in Ocarina of Time? Is that setting on?
Yes, that setting is on.
Cool.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with that, basically, there is a setting in this randomizer and also Ocarina of Time randomizer where the ice arrows can be essentially modified to be blue fire arrows, and that lets you shoot the red ice in Ice Cavern or on King Zora with blue fire arrows, like as if you used a blue fire in a bottle on them. And it's really nice convenience, quality of life, because then you don't have to scoop up blue fire and dump the blue fire and watch the animation play out, you know, stuff like that. And it's also considered in logic too. So if you happen to not get a bottle, then the seed might dictate, depending on where the bottles are, that you have to use blue fire arrows to get through Ice Cavern, or blue fire arrows to thaw King Zora.
That was a clever death warp there, Revan.
Yes.
You got around having to go back on that dreaded path. And I give you a lot of credit for doing that, because nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, no. You basically either soar out from there, or you do that death warp I just did.
Yeah.
And the death warp, in terms of, like, time, really depends on, like, your hearts. And my hearts were low enough that it was fine to do, but if I had like 8 hearts, it would have been better to just go to, just to soar away and then come back later. I'm only doing this Hungry Goron check right now because Goron Mask has kind of been locking stuff, so I'm like, I'm just gonna do it, you know? And it's just another check I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to feed the Goron.
He's hungry.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is the abbreviated name for him is Hugo, for Hungry Goron.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
Yes, it's great. I'm gonna get the night transition here. I probably should be making it night 3 pretty soon, or just day 3 in general. But I'm trying to push these Triforce pieces a bit.
Oh, they kept the cutscene. I love that one. It's a good scene. It's a good scene.
Yes, it is. Okay, he didn't have anything. I could have ignored him. The other thing that's cool about this, though, is you can watch him roll away. Like, he's in-game. You don't have to sit there and, you know, let a cutscene show you. You can actually chase him if you want to.
Bye, Goron friend.
Yep. I'm gonna go up Path to Snowhead real quick, and then I'm gonna use the grotto to make it day 3. Because I should make it day 3 right now.
Well, you probably want the song from Clocktown, don't you?
I do.
I put that off for so long because I don't want to be depleted of my resources, but it has actually come back to bite me quite a bit, even on beginner settings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, normally, actually, I have that done by now, but there's been a lot of just density that I have.
Oh, sure. That makes perfect sense. This is one. Also, if you're feeling overwhelmed, but you still want to try this, there are all different kinds of difficulty settings. You can choose which checks, like if you don't want to do the couples mask or you don't want to do some of the mini games that require to be perfect, you don't need to do those. You can actually adjust your settings to make sure those will contain like bloopies in it. So I would encourage everyone to give this a try. Like, kind of adjust it to your comfort level. I would say the requirements to do, like, the beginner settings on this, maybe beat each game once or twice. You can probably dive in after that. But there's also a lot of helpful maps and resources online as well, too, to help out with that.
Huge recommendation to even just, like, play the solo randomizers at least once. Because, like, jumping right into this without any prior knowledge of the solo randomizers is really daunting. Especially in regards to MM. There are some people that have been crazy enough to dive right into into this without having played either randomizer before, and even without having really replayed the vanilla games recently. So definite huge recommendation to at least refresh your memory.
I did a lot of Ocarina of Time randos, but I never did a Majora's Mask one. I just had basic knowledge of the game. And I felt like that was fairly enough, as long as I didn't put any hardcore checks on for Majora's Mask.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's what level of comfort that you have, basically. And even just like a basic knowledge of MM, as long as you remember stuff with the settings that Skybilz is talking about, it's probably doable, especially if you do like Triforce Hunt. That helps a lot for sure, because then you're not playing like a 10, maybe 12-hour seed for yourself. Okay, that's nothing. All right. So, we're gonna probably dive into Pirate's Fortress while it's, Night 3 in a second here. Because that's gotta have some amount of density in it, and it's also gonna let me check the Tingle and Great Bay Coast to make sure that I want to do Letter to Cathay next cycle, which I probably will. The one thing I will say about this scene is that it is making me do a lot of MM right now, and it's kind of a good thing because that's more of the side you don't really get to see much in terms of randomizers. You don't really get to see MM that much, so I'm glad it's not making me do a bunch of OOT right now, and it's kind of pushing me to do this stuff instead. Because I don't have a hook shot, so there's not that much I can do in OOT right now. And that OOT Song of Time would definitely do a lot. It would get me over to GTG if I got it, or Bomb of the Well, even. But for now, I am locked out of those places, and I have to rely on on MM density here. Oh, whoops! I accidentally hit that one. This is one of the other like famous mini games that a lot of new players struggle with, and I understand because emulator dead zones make this mini game quite unfavorable. Definitely not very fair. Even in the vanilla game, it's not very fair to get the perfect score. Because it quite literally you end up with like at least 2 seconds or 1 second on the clock to get all 50 of these Octoroks. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that because we junk that check anyway. Oh, double defense. That's just nice, I guess. All right, let's go west then, because Stockpot Inn isn't gonna have anything for me. I don't have Letter to Mama. Okay, so we're just gonna go. Oh, wait, yes, I do have Letter to Mama. What am I saying? I do want to turn that in then. Okay, yeah, I remember now. I do have Letter to Mama from Observatory. So we're going to turn that into the Postman, and then we're going to go west, finally. And since Zora Hall is foolish, I really kind of don't want to go there first. So I'm going to hope that Pirate's Fortress does pay out for me here while I'm killing time for the Clock Tower Roof. I guess the song we want from the Clock Tower Roof is probably Zelda's Lullaby. Maybe Requiem of Spirit, so we get another song out of that. Otherwise, Bolero would be nice to get another song anyway, too, because we don't have a hook shot yet, or hover boots. So, we're kind of low, still kind of low on these items. We have some good items, don't get me wrong, but I think I'm kind of looking for fire arrows. And that would give me a lot in Snowhead Temple. That's why I'm kind of pushing this Tingle over here, and Great Bay Coast in general. This is also, again, like, the one big thing about Majora's Mask, as far as, like, randomizer stuff goes, is you're constantly routing with time in mind. You want to make sure that you're doing things while that clock is going, so that when you do have things you're going to do, that they're ready when you're done, or that they become open when you're done with what you're routing. And that's really what the routing is built around for MM. While OOT, you're just kind of routing with, okay, what's available, right? Like, what checks can I do in this area with these items I just got? MM has the whole clock stuff going on, which adds a really interesting layer to the routing of it. Because it's not just the items you unlock, but also keeping in mind what your clock has available, essentially, and trying to route the checks you do have access to in the moment before the checks that become available at those specific times. And you really get a lot of those done in your first cycle most of the time with the route that you tend to do. But there are definitely instances where you will route some of these time-of-day based checks later on, because you got those items later, and you have to figure out a way to route those together. Okay, so it's probably the Letter to Cafe on Tingle, then. That is most likely what's happening here. Okay. So I'm just gonna go route Pirate's Fortress here, then. And we're gonna go through the sewers, and hopefully by the time we're done with all of that, we're gonna have, we're probably gonna have the Clock Tower Roof open. And we're going to get that song, and then we're going to reset, and we're going to get our resources in the north, and we're probably going to then just do Letter to Cafe immediately. Because that might just be fire arrows. Oh, great. Thank you. I wish I had known that before I went and did it. Okay. I kind of had a feeling when we were done with it that, yeah, that was foolish, but... And that was hinted foolish to me, but... Oh, well. Oh, nice! Good song. Kuze's theme from Yakuza 0. You people who are familiar with Kaizo Ironmon might be familiar with this song.
Yes.
Okay, we got a big boy here. Hey, all right. See, we're doing good. We have 12 pieces. 8 is very doable in the next, like, 45 minutes or so. Very, very doable with this item set. And what I have access to. Now, of course, that depends on if I unlock some more items, but... by the way, yeah, this song in this sound font is actually really, really good. It's stunning how good it is. And if you're familiar with Yakuza 0, then that's even better than being familiar with it from Kaizo Ironmon, because you're looking at also a Yakuza fan right here. So, I deeply appreciate anyone that also likes Yakuza as much as I do. So, and unfortunately, final hours hit, so the final hours randomized music started playing instead. Sorry, Kuze. For another time, I guess.
I don't think I've ever been anywhere but Clock Town when that timer starts. How do you deal with that stress, Revin?
I'm honestly kind of used to it by now. That's just because of how comfortable I am with the clock. At this point, from playing a lot of MMR, you really haven't experienced stress until you've shuffled Song of Time and Majora's Mask Randomizer, where it can just be anywhere and it's like not on a song location, and you had to go into Pirate's Fortress in your in a cycle where you already like save scummed at an owl statue to be able to perfectly route trying to find Song of Time to where I ended up going into Pirate's Fortress. And I literally went into the room that has all the guards there, not with the beehive, but the other chest. And the clock was down to 26 seconds, and I pulled Song of Time.
No.
You haven't experienced that stress until you've done something like that.
Oh my goodness.
I was stressing out of my mind when I was in there. Sure, I had an owl save on like Milk Road like day 2 or something, but like I was because of so much I had done up to that point, I was like, that's unfortunate that, you know, if the moon crashes here. And thankfully I got the Song of Time, so I was able to reset and save the game. And it was crazy. It was great. And I rarely ever do that for that reason. Because having Song of Time just anywhere makes this game really, really hard. And very, very scary, for sure. And it's just because of how comfortable I am with the clock. Like the way I phrase it is like, the clock is your friend. Like, it really is. It doesn't want to hurt you. You just gotta pay attention to it, and the more you play, it's actually like it actually becomes your friend a lot of the time. Okay, that's nothing.
This music is really good here, by the way. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened, but it did. All right, so I'm gonna get this last check in here that I can get. Because we have a razor sword, so the pirate fight isn't going to take that long. And then if the chest is just brown, I'm just going to soar out and we're going to go to the clock tower. I'm going to check the all-night mask purchase beforehand, but... and deposit this money, but... oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so we go through here... and brown. Okay. So, it kind of sucks that I have to leave here, because there's 2 more chests in there, but I have no choice. I don't have a hook shot, so... even if I had 1 hook shot, I'd only be able to get 1 more chest there. I also don't have a lot of time left anyway, so I was gonna have to leave. I was gonna have to either invert anyway. So... look at that cow move there, Bobble.
I mean, move?
Yeah.
You set yourself up for that one.
I did set
easy.
that. Yeah, I sure did. I sure did. Okay. Alright, so let's go up to the clock tower. Oh, wait! Oh, I forgot to talk to the postman. Well, it's fine. It'll be fine. Oath to Order is here. Okay. That's funny. Alright. Well, we got the mirror shield, and we get Oath here, apparently. That's cute. I could literally do 1 trial right now with Goron, but... it's just 1 check. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do Song of Time. Let me do Song of Time. I'm not gonna do the trial. That's a waste of time. Actually, I could do 2. What am I saying? I could do the Zora trial. Oh, I can only do the Goron trial. I don't have enough masks. All right, forget it. I only don't have enough masks, so. That's like the fewest masks I've had in one of these for a while. Normally I have like 3 when I get up there. Okay, so, we're gonna go turn in that letter to Cafe and just immediately do that then. And if it's not that, then we need long shot for ocean title deed trade? Which is a lot to ask for in a seed like this, I feel. So, I'm just gonna go turn in the letter to Cafe here, and we're just gonna rush that. So the way you switch games is by walking through the clock tower there, or walking through the Happy Mask shop, or by just warping between the 2 games with the respective warp song or Song of Soaring. We did touch on that a little bit earlier, but it made sense to answer it again since it was, hasn't been said again. And I've also just been at MM for the past, 20 minutes or so. Oh yeah, and, I mean, this was present last time, but the trade items you get, they stay with you through time. So, you don't have to worry about re-getting those items again. And I can also just reroute Postman here anyway. I could just, go to Zora Cape to waste the time for him. Yeah, I could just do that. Yeah, that would probably be fine. Just in case East Clocktown does have something else for me there. The mass trade sequence is there in the sense that the items are shuffled into the item pool. You don't have to do the trade quest sequence itself. The only portions of the quest that you technically have to do is if you want to get items from the Deku Theater, you need to go and talk to those scrubs with the Skull Mask or Mask of Truth, and those are just regular checks instead of being any specific mask trading stuff. Eventually, There might be a setting where you can sell the masks, and then when you sell the masks to the NPCs that are looking for masks, instead of them giving you the money for it, they might give you an item. But that's kind of like low on the priority list as far as like shuffle settings goes. But that has been a thought to do at some point. Just not a priority. Hover boots. Are you kidding? Fire arrows. Okay. Okay, you just go do Snowhead Temple then. All right. Okay. Wowzers. You go get your OOT Song of Time. We get to get it. We get to get it, chat. Let me go turn in Postman's the letter to Mama again, and then I'm gonna go north then. We're gonna do Snowhead Temple. No. In Combo Rando, you can swap the tray items around with C up or L, and they don't get overwritten or anything.
We're gonna finally go in a temple after a couple hours, huh?
Yep, we already did the Dongos, but we're gonna see an MM dungeon, which is pretty rare in these settings because it's pretty hard to be able to do it. Like,
I really count Dongos. It's such a short dungeon, yeah?
Yeah. It's kind of like if you also tried to count Deku Tree, right? Like, you typically do both. Yes! I wanted to show that off. It actually is kind of fast to do that. Okay, there's that. Now I can just go into Snowhead Temple. I'm gonna also invert in this case. So that Song of Time is gonna get me, Bomb of the Well in OOT. It's gonna be pretty big as far as checks go, and it's also gonna get me GTG if I want it, but we'll probably be going Bomb of the Well, after the Snowhead Temple. Like, this has a lot of checks in it. So, in these settings, I have the chest fairies. So, like, normally there are stray fairies in the dungeons in MM. But instead of having all the stray fairies shuffled, which includes the ones that are freestanding, instead in these settings, it's only the ones that are in chests. And then the ones that are in chests, the ones that are freestanding, because we only shuffle the ones in chests, you start with the ones that are freestanding, so you don't see them in you don't see them in the dungeons at all, because you start with them. And then the ones in the chests, instead of them just being shuffled in the pool and being kind of pointless, they're turned into random junk instead, effectively removed from the item pool. And replaced by junk, and it makes things really nice. Also, this is another really nice song to get. So, unfortunately, I don't have Hookshot in here, which would speed things up a bit more. I'm not even sure why I hit the ice there, because I'm not even going to go across there. So we're just gonna be doing this normally with fire arrows and stuff. But that's fine. There's still some cool things you're gonna see in here. Like, you're gonna see me do this dungeon without raising the central pillar. Okay, that is something I want to get. So let's... So once again, these little peaks that I'm doing, they are really nice. They're very quick to route in, and you get to see whether or not you need to do something ahead of time in the dungeon. Now, this is going to be a little annoying, because I have to do this without the Lens of Truth. So here we go. Okay, we got it. Those are tiny little platforms. A gold scale. Okay. Well, at least we can kind of do that quickly. I didn't really want to route it this way. So we're gonna go down instead of fighting the Wizrobe immediately. Okay. So normally I would void out there instead of taking the steps, but because I was on the second floor there, it made more sense to just go up the stairs there. And yeah, that gets me the lab dive. That's really all it does. It's a very quick check for me to go get with Serenade. I'm not sure if it's gonna give me a Triforce piece or a hook shot or anything, but... Alright, we got another one! We got another chest! Alright. I almost jumped a little too far there. Oh, come on! Of course.
Revan, I also have those feelings about Snowhead.
You do?
Yeah.
I love this dungeon, actually.
My first time playing through this, I tried to do it without the Song of Inverted Time because I didn't know it existed. Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Right. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, I think I got more confused about how Great Bay Temple worked in vanilla, like for sure.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
I get that completely. And in fact, in one of my first randomizers of MM, Great Bay Temple I spent the most time in because I literally was like, how does this work? What? Which way do I go? Huh? What?
Yeah.
And I the only part in Snowhead Temple that confused me was, do I need to worry about hitting the icicles in the right order or anything? And no, you don't have to at all. Like, you can hit them in any order and it doesn't matter for the central pillar thing. But yeah, I was super confused in Great Bay Temple.
That's the butter knife. Does that mean you get Deku Tree access?
Unfortunately, we have Deku pre-completed, so we do not get Deku Tree.
Dang.
Yeah, and Song of Time OOT would also get me Deku Tree anyway, too. So we would have already had access to that if it wasn't pre-completed. Ooh, okay, we got another big chest there. All right. See what I mean by this Snowhead Temple being loaded?
Yeah. Doesn't mean I liked it, but yeah, I getcha.
Oh my lord.
You know, the first time I had played this, that one bad check in the one top of the one room you normally need the lens for, you know I have feelings about that.
Yes, I understand. Oh, Why
would they do that? I don't understand.
Yeah. Din's Fire, okay. Huh. Wait, why am I doing it this way? We gotta do it the cool way, the way I normally do it. There we go. So that's actually kind of funny. That Din's Fire is not fire arrow locked, but that would have been really funny if it actually was. It's just that Din's Fire was just bomb locked, sadly. But it's still really funny to find that here, where you get fire arrows normally in here. Not many Triforce pieces in here, though. Beating this dungeon will give me access to Ganon's castle, though. So there is a decent chance for some Triforce pieces in Ganon's castle. Nothing there. Okay. Okay, let me peek this chest now. Didn't get the right. Oh. Come on. Oh. That's definitely brown. Okay. So we're just going up from here. That might not be... Oh no, that was close enough. Okay, good. Alright, so we've got one more check before we have to fight Goat. And, oh yeah, we need the boss key, right. Because yeah, I don't have Goat's remains. Okay, so we do have to fight that mini-boss. I don't know why I forgot I didn't have the boss key yet. I'm so used to having Goat's remains at the start of these because of the pre-completed dungeons. Okay. So this is where we do the central pillar with normally you would have that raised already. In this case, we are jumping down here and we're jump slashing, and that skips doing the central pillar at all. Like raising that pillar whatsoever. And we're gonna have to do that a second time, by the way. Because we're going to go down here and get the boss key. Which, funnily enough, this is the vanilla location for the boss key. Which, normally we have the boss keys are shuffled. So it just so happened to land on the vanilla chest in here. Like, shuffled inside their own dungeon. Just 8 pieces. I have GTG access. I might be looking for like a powder keg, maybe. I don't know. To get another song, because I don't have ZL right now, and this isn't going to give me another song because we had Great Bay Temple and Woodfall Temple pre-completed, so... Alright, so this is where we're going to do that jump a second time. Doing it from the other side, when you're learning this trick, it is a little different, but simply because you have a different camera angle and stuff like that. But over time, you get used to it, and they both end up being about the same difficulty. You just got to make sure you don't roll off. You just walk off like I just did right there, and then you adjust. You have some air control in these 3D Zelda games, so you just adjust your air control while you're in the air. Like, you just use the control stick to adjust that accordingly, and make sure your angle is right and stuff. So normally I would use, like, I'd knock Goat down here and then do, like, FD stuff. But I don't have FD. So, in this case, I guess I'm just gonna do some arrow strats. Not the ones that are typically seen in speedruns, because I can't do that. Those are like... Those strats are like, kind of like claw grip kind of stuff, and I just can't do it. My hands just can't figure it out. So I just typically do this to Goat when I have... And then I shimmy to the left and then jump back because it messes with his aim a little bit. And it lets me get some extra arrow shots. And then, yeah, I should have shimmied again. But that's okay. Once he hits you, and I got a lot of arrows in there, so he should die pretty soon here. He's already dropping bombs, so yeah, I think it's just gonna be one more arrow, or 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay. I don't know. He was already dropping bombs.
Wow, Revan.
Listen! I do the FD strats, okay? I know how much damage he takes for those. But that was good enough for me.
Yeah, that was good. It was very good.
Yeah. Makes up for messing up Hungry Goron several times. Okay. I went the long way. Whoops. Well, whatever. Hook shot! Oh my god! Okay. Now GTG is like Omega worth it to an extent.
It kind of is, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of easy checks, too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, shooting at the sun is dead. Alright. That's good. Now, keep in mind, chat, that's only the short hook shot. It's not the long shot. So, while you would normally think that because I got hook shot and it's shared hook shots, MM would have its normal length hook shot, it does not right now. It has the same length of hook shot as OOT does. I will not get the MM length hook shot until I find the progressive upgrade, which would then make it long shot. And the reason why we do this, at least in the settings that I play, is because it causes the long shot for OOT to be more likely to get, like more easier to get, basically, because it restricts where the long shot can be a lot more, and it makes it less bad overall. Because if you have the MM hook shot while you're doing shared hook shots, then you end up in a situation where the OOT long shot could be in Stone Tower Temple. There's an in-game tracker. I have 12 pieces right now. We only need 20. There is no, like, there really isn't, like, a good tracker for any of the solo randomizers that shows, like, how many Triforce pieces you have. And it just normally says, what it is in the, how many you have in the text box when I get one. So, generally, we just try to remember. It's not too bad, because I mean, yes, I know there's been a lot of space in between since I've gotten some Triforce pieces, but, that's kind of how it goes. Okay, this is big. Oh, Moon's Tier. Okay. Well, I guess we're doing that when we go back to Clocktown. Alright, so that hook shot is really good. We don't have Forest Temple this seed, but that still gets us some stuff. Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay. Okay, another big chest. Another MM bottle. Okay. Do I go Woodfall right now? Do I just heal Kome and do that stuff? Okay, so, whoop. Well, I just double saved, but that's fine. Let's go turn in this Moon's Tier. Go see what the postman has. Alright, so with that Moon's Tier trade, that definitively confirms the bow as the way of the hero here. As the post box is in Combo Rando is in South Clocktown as the region. It's not multi-location. Okay. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna go Bomb of the Well. We're just gonna go do that real fast. I'm a child still. I can go there as an adult, first. I have to. Dang, let's think. Oh, I don't have Lens yet, but I could get the song in the desert right now. And I could also get the song in Death Mountain Crater. So that's probably where we need to go next, after Bomb of the Well, is get that song. I really kind of need it to be... Oh, we can do fire... Well, we can't do fire temple because I don't have a strength upgrade, or do I have a strength upgrade? Am I dumb? I do not. Okay. I was like, do I have a strength upgrade? I couldn't remember if I did or not. Anyway, as you can see right there, I was able to age swap with Song of Time. That was not present in the last time that we showed Combo Rando on stream. It is very, very, very good setting, and you're about to see another application of it you're about to see the first application of it in a second here. It's gonna get me a decent number of checks in Bomb of the Well. GTG is a thing I want to go do. I also have Ganon's Castle right now. So there's a decent spread of locations here that I can do as far as checks go. It does suck that I'm gonna miss out on turning in the Pocket Kuko once again because it's night, but whatever. Alright, so as you can see, I can now go into Bomb of the Well with that age swap. And this is completely logical, for the record. So my Song of Storms is somewhere much later in the seed. And this Song of Time effectively further locks that away. Because I can gain access to this without Song of Storms. Okay, we got something big down here. Good. See? 13. Now, if I had Iron Boots, I could get that key under the water with Iron Boots and Hookshot, but I don't have Iron Boots, and Iron Boots are terribly locked in this seed, so that's not gonna happen. There's the third bow. Are you kidding me? But yeah, that was effective. Yeah, those were both bow locked. Crap. He's gonna make this take longer. Okay, good. We got him. Alright, so that lets us get that. Oh, okay, another big boy over here. This is good. This is very good. Other seed bag, of course. Fire Temple probably does. I mean, the Hover Boots and the Hookshot both get me Fire Temple access right now. With the hammer being sometimes required, yeah, that probably means there's some Triforce pieces in Fire Temple that I probably should consider going to go get. Even though I don't have a strength upgrade, I could just ground jump up in there and just get a bunch in there probably. It's kind of a commitment, though, is the problem. But I probably have to do it. We're already going to be going up that way to get the song up there. And hopefully that's maybe, like, ZL or something. Or maybe Nocturne to give you Shadow Temple. Honestly, I would do Shadow Temple over Fire Temple just because there's more checks there. And I can also beat it, but...
How many more checks does Shadow have than Fire, now that I think about it? I always thought Fire had a ton of checks in it.
It does, but it's just there's only 5 keys in, well, I guess 6 if you count the boss key in Shadow Temple, but Fire Temple has and Combo Rando has 7 keys. So there's like, I guess it's like, I don't know how many checks offhand, but I just know that because of the key layout in Shadow Temple, it has more, and it's because of the way it's structured as far as linearity goes, it's faster. to do. Or just the checks come faster, rather. The dungeon is pretty slow, but given I got Din's Fire in Snowhead Temple, and then I also got hover boots, like, I kind of can't be stingy about that stuff. Oh, I gotta walk my butt back up Goron City now. I mean, technically... What?
It was just the phrase, walk my butt up. Like, my mind cannot comprehend that right now.
I thought you'd get a kick out of that one.
I mean...
Okay, so we're gonna go up this way. I don't have a Goron Tunica, that's fine. I'm mainly going this way to get the song. Okay. Yes, sound effect. That's it exactly. That's it exactly. Okay.
Again, Sound, we're all showing our age tonight.
For sure.
We're all showing it tonight.
Oh, okay, this is a Triforce piece, see? Okay,
Nice,
14.
Nice. Okay. Yeah,
All right.
can you get 6 more Triforce pieces in about a half
ZL.
hour, Revan?
I think
Okay.
I can. But
You
especially
think?
with getting that ZL, that gets me another song, which might be
Okay.
Nocturne.
Gotcha.
We're dipping into fire here. Hammer is sometimes required. So... And now, it might be sometimes required because the bomb bag is also available at the same time, but I'm not gonna... Hey, look, if fire is too slow, I'm just gonna rush the ZL song. And if that song in the graveyard is like... Nocturne, we'll go into Shadow Temple. And that probably is gonna have several pieces. I would hope, anyway. I mean, if I get long shot, that gets me Zora Cape. Where, oh, did the one keys get over here? Yeah, you did. Where, that would get me, like, 2 more checks in MM there. In Zora Cape, which I could route with all those other checks there. So I'm fairly certain I can get 6. I don't know why I did it that way. I have the ability to crouch stab. The feeling when you've been playing MM for like 30 minutes now, and you're having to play OOT, where there's slightly different combat mechanics.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Oh good, he dropped some bombs. That's nice. I was low. Okay, that's a small key. Also, that ZL technically gets me more in Bomb of the Well, but that's only like 2 more checks right now. Because the other checks in there were small chests. I'm not sure how much more of this place I'm actually going to do. I think I should go back out to Crater with that ZL and get the fairy fountains and then go back down to Kakariko for the Composer's Grave. Oh! Okay, this is a big boy over here. 15! Alright, I think Big Lava Room is probably a pretty good choice here, too. These are, I mean, one of these is more likely to be, both of these are more likely to be small keys. And then because I don't have a strength upgrade, I should probably just bail after, even though, like, I could ground jump up, like I said, it's a time commitment to keep going in fire. Also, well, I don't have enough masks still, actually, to go up onto the moon, do I? I don't think I do. I think I still have the same number of masks. That kind of sucks. The moon would be really good density right now. Okay, yeah, see, 2 keys, like I said. It's very tempting, but Fire Temple is kind of slow. So I'll just... Yeah, we need to do crater stuff. Yeah, it's just that it's slow. If I commit to the dungeon, there's a very good chance that I don't end up getting like 2 or 3 more Triforce pieces, and I end up having to I end up not being able to finish because of that. So we're gonna try and get some over here.
Oh, I just noticed. I don't know why I didn't notice this sooner. You're not playing on Keezy.
Nope. I like to have... So for the OOT dungeons, I like to have key logic for them because it makes certain items more interesting to get instead of just being able to just go straight through the dungeon and have all your progression inside the dungeons. But for MM, I like having the small keysy because the keys in MM dungeons really kind of don't lock enough things, because like you can just skip a lot of the small key doors in like Snowhead Temple. The only dungeon that has any form of key logic is Stone Tower Temple, and the key logic actually actively hurts that dungeon instead of making it better. So small keysy for MM dungeons just makes a lot more sense. And in terms of what small keysy means, it means that the locks on the doors are gone, and there's no small keys for those dungeons, so... Okay, money. Okay. Yeah, GTG's pretty good, but there's all these stray checks that are also kind of fast-ish. There's also Zora's River. It's just that all 3 of these were like right here. I did not turn in this claim check, and we never got a big Goron hint, so I gotta do this here. Oh, okay. Okay, that's Icona access if I find long shot, I guess. Okay. Let's make sure the Pocket Kuko is out. Oh wait, why did I do that? I don't need to do that. In fact, well, the bomb, we'll just put... Well, I have fire arrows. I cannot decide what items I want on my C buttons, dude. Okay. I just did like 5 billion pauses there. Okay. Yeah, we know that. I guess Nocturne is gonna be rude then. I kind of want Nocturne to be in the Composer's Grave there. But Requiem of Spirit would also let me quickly route GTG in comparison, because I could just go across, do Reverse Wasteland, and get over there faster. than serenading over and doing all of that. Honestly, it doesn't help this C did not give me warp songs. The one thing this C did wrong was not give me warp songs. I am 5 Triforce pieces away, and it's like so frustrating that I have to walk everywhere right now for the most part in OOT. At least we know I don't need a Pona song in OOT. Because of the... the Gerudo archery hint that I got earlier. $16. I knew that Pocket Kuko was logging a Triforce piece. I knew it was.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're back over here because this is a song check and another check. And I know we got magic here earlier. I was reminded that we got magic here in Kakariko's graveyard from Dampe Race. So I kind of doubt we're going to have an item here behind the torches, but it's a Way of the Hero location. You got a full clear Way of the Heroes, as the saying goes.
I'm rooting for you, Revan. Come on, you got this.
Oh, it's a big boy. It's a wallet. Okay. I could do Smithy in the north with that. Alright, I guess there's no reason not to. And then so Haunted Wasteland does have a Triforce piece, so I do have a 20th heart piece in my back pocket. Or not heart piece, Triforce piece. Why did I say heart piece? Triforce piece, I mean. Okay, so that was... That's New Wave. Okay. Wait, what did I get just then? I got... Wait, why am I even... Okay, hold on. Alright. I guess... Oh, I was gonna turn in... I guess I was gonna trade the mixture. The odd potion, wasn't I? Yeah, I guess I could do that really fast. That doesn't take that long.
Someone in chat said the wallet didn't fit the bill.
Oh, it was the wallet. That's what I got. That's what I was meaning to... Oh, of course.
I just like the pun in there personally.
Yes! Oh my gosh. Okay, so unfortunately I got hit there, so that lost me some time, but it's okay. It's okay. If I really wanted to, I could chain this to Zora's River. Do Child River. Or just not even Child River, just do the adult river checks that I can with hover boots now, because it makes it kind of fast. Yeah, this might not be a bad idea. Okay, that wasn't a Triforce piece, that's fine. Yeah, I think we're gonna chain that to... Oh, I never did the Lost Woods target either as Child. This is a good idea to do this. Right here. We never got to do this. It's right here. Just go and do it. And then we go River as adult, and then we serenade back to... we serenade over to the lake to do... Oh! Okay, that's a Southern Swamp check. Oh my gosh, it's giving me all these small things I can do! Ah!
Yes. I mean, I don't want to say you're a mercy kill because you're not, but this is starting to feel this way with all these pieces you still gotta find.
Mm-hmm. It's technically 3 more because I know there's one out in Hawn Wasteland.
Okay.
So it's just 3 more pieces. This one is definitely drip feeding quite a bit. I could do Woodfall, and I could just forget healing. Oh, is that a piece over there? No, that's my strength upgrade. Oh, of course. Okay, Stone Tower Temple's foolish. That was a given. So now I'm kind of upset that I left Fire Temple then, if that strength was here. But it's like, what do I do, right? Oh, well. I'll just pick it up. So there's that. These 2 checks over here are really quick, and then I just, I think I need to soar. The fact that that bottle was, for MM, was so deep makes me think Kome does have, man, I should go into Ganon's Castle too. Those checks are really quick. Save for, like, one of them anyway. Alright. Let's see, is this a Triforce piece down here? Yes, it is. Okay. Good. Alright, I'm going to Ganon's Castle. I'm going into Ganon's Castle real fast. I may want to just chain that to Haunted Wasteland. Like, just do Fortress, rush Haunted Wasteland to get, like, what would be... it's just that it's such a slow Triforce piece to go get, is the problem.
I'd go get it. It's a reliable one, at least.
Yeah, for sure. If I don't pull something... If I don't pull anything from Ganon's Castle... And the only reason why I'm even doing Ganon's is because it's just 2 Triforce pieces. There's pretty good chances there's at least 1 in here. Also, this gives me money for Smithy 1 as well. So that's a quick route that I could do. You might have noticed I also just saved. It's just because I'm being safe with saving. Gotta make sure you save when you can.
I do the same thing.
You never know what can go wrong.
Oh, are you gonna do what I think you're gonna do?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Why not?
I don't think I need to do it.
It's free checks.
It is, but I don't know.
It's always a fun glitch too. I like it. I like it. It's like this version.
You won't tell on me if I do it, will you?
I would not tell on you. I do that glitch literally all the time.
We'll do it for GDQ.
All right.
So basically, we walk back and forth in this door, and even though I collected the silver rupees, which does help speed this process up if you don't do that, this will still cause the memory to fill up from all the actors that are loaded to cause the giant strength 3 monolith to disappear. And as long as I don't do it too much, I'll be able to get the chests in there. If you do it too much, the chests also won't be spawned. So you gotta be careful with that, essentially.
And anybody can do this trick too. This one's a lot of fun. I encourage y'all. Now again, there is a chance that your game crashes on console. And then all you have to do is just reset. It doesn't really do anything. Just make sure you save beforehand. But this one's a lot of fun. I recommend this glitch. This is the every glitch.
Yep.
Because everyone can do it.
Yeah, so specifically this monolith, like I said, requires strength 3, which means I would need 2 more strength upgrades somewhere in the world because there's Turbina, to get these checks in here. So I'm essentially skipping whatever item requirements there would be to get those strength upgrades. And considering we found one already, there's probably a good chance that the other 2 are locked behind it in some fashion, which would be like Fire Temple or something, and then GTG would have the other one. There we go. Okay, deloaded, and I made sure I was peeking it every time once I had done enough of them. Okay. And also, yeah, you wouldn't get the enemies to spawn either, or yeah, if you did it too much, and then you wouldn't be able to get the final chest to spawn or something like that if you do it too much. All right, so there's 2 big boys in here, no small keys. So that means I'm leaving behind the ZL check back here, but that's okay. Gerudo mask for my troubles, and all right, there was one in here. Okay.
See? I told you it doesn't hurt to check. I'm trying to help here.
I know, yes. It's just, I'm a guy that's like, I kind of like to try to find the items to get it, but yeah, reasonably, we wouldn't be able to find those 2 strength upgrades. So, and because we're so close to the time estimate,
yeah,
it made sense to just, you know what? This seed is being a little drip-feedy. Let's just do that. Keep in mind, I don't do that to jeopardize the other seeds that I normally play. Because I like trying to find the logic for the items or whatever. All right, let's see if this happens to be the chess game small key. Probably not. It's probably the normal small key. Yeah, for Ganon's Castle. Yeah, so we effectively need 1 more Triforce piece, because the one in Haunted Wasteland we'll just go for. So if I can just find 1 more piece in here, that would be great.
I believe. Since this is going to run up to time, by the way, Revan, when you get a chance, could you, do you have any shout-outs?
Of course,
I'll cover the one to DK64randomizer.com.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, crap. I did save. That chest is, I don't know what's up with that. Okay. That's weird. We did save. It's fine. It's fine. We already got the Triforce piece. I don't know why the water trial is doing that a second time. See, random stuff, man. Random stuff. Yeah, DK64randomizer.com. And OTMM.com. And of course, Nax _ he is the lead developer and pretty much the lead programmer on this. Another shout out would be to Celestial Kitsune. She's another contributor to OOTMM. She has done a lot of the quality of life porting from for stuff from MMR to combo. And all right, we're just immediately going to get that last one in Haunted Wasteland. And what other shout-outs do I have? Shout-outs to Wooden Barrel, my co-op partner in Combo Rando. He's a great guy. Definitely recommend following him. He does a lot of Ocarina of Time randomizer seeds. He's very big into that. He's currently participating in the seasonal tournament for that. Season 7, he's doing his qualifiers. He's a really good guy, good friend. And who else? Let's see, what else? Big inspiration for my streaming is I Ate Your Pie. Great guy. Definitely the person that got me into doing streaming in the first place. And also, really also kind of the inspiration, I think, for a lot of people to play randomizers, because he was one of the early people that got in on Zooter and was streaming a lot of it for a very long time. So big shout outs to him. Great guy. Yeah, so shout outs to Combo Rando existing because it's great. OTMM.com again. It's very easy to gen seeds for this. And there are a ton of settings. Shout outs to Ocarina Time randomizer community, the Majora's Mask randomizer community. Those communities are also great. The GDQ 64 randomizer community. Everybody is generally very friendly to help you get started on playing randomizer seeds. They're very fun. And the communities for all these games are welcoming. They're amazing. And now I have to go child. We have to go child here. And also shout outs to Skybilz. She's a great person.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
So give Skybilz a follow too. She's great.
I've been working on those retro achievements lately. That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, she was telling me about it. And as you can see, we are across the bridge just like that.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You want to see another? Well, okay, I guess I have hammer, so it's not going to be another trick, but you could Song of Time past these rocks if you wanted to.
That's
okay,
cool.
I just figured I'd... Yeah, it's really, really cool. Oh yeah, another person I guess I'll also shout out in the meantime too is Gunzor. He is he streams Combo Rando almost as much as I do. He does really crazy settings with all sanity. He shuffles everything. He even does no logics like all the time. He's really, really, really crazy that way. And his Twitch is also just Gunzor. He's a good friend too. There's so many people I could probably shout out, honestly. It's such a long list of people. Just shout out to anyone that I know.
Revan's gonna be one of those people that one day Revan's gonna get to spin the wheel on the Price is Right. Revan's just be like, shout outs to everyone.
Yes, exactly. Alright. It's unfortunate I'm getting the OOT credits, but it's fine. It's fine. It happens with Combo Rando. Like, you have to make a choice. And in this case, the choice is I know where our Triforce piece is, so we're gonna get the OOT credits. I hope you all enjoyed this showcase of Combo Rando, because we're actually finishing it. And despite that one hiccup in Ganon's Castle, which didn't really matter, because we didn't really lose any progress from that, I'm gonna have to show Nax that again later. He's gonna have to look at that. That it's not exclusive to Silver Rupee Shuffle, apparently. Okay? Because that crash happened before, and I thought it was Silver Rupee Shuffle related, but it's not, apparently, I guess. That's super weird. So he's gonna have to look at that later. But I didn't get the crash screen, but I'm pretty sure it'd be the same thing as the one I already showed him. So I might boot up this seat after the stream and try and see if getting that small key in that getting a chest in that same room regardless causes the same problem or not. Yeah, this is why I say, like, I am deeply involved with this, because I do help Nax find issues. It's pretty funny how it all works out. Another thing I also didn't point out before we finish up here is that I've been using a custom model. This is like a MM version of Adult Link, essentially. And I was using the same thing for the child model. There are custom models you can put in and stuff. It's very cool. But yeah, this is it.
And again, Revan, I want to thank you for being on here. GG! Let's go! Congrats, gamer. You did it.
It was super fun. This was actually a really good scene, like showcasing what I wanted to show. It's what I wanted. Sure, it went a little longer than I wanted, but I can't complain.
Well, that's how randomizers go. They're always, especially on this show, they go longer than people want them to.
Yeah.
But yes, I want to thank you for being on here, Revan. Please follow Revan. If you haven't done so already, I feel like Revan's deserved your follow. So that is at twitch.tv/Revan91 for folks watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching here. Again, that is REVVEN91. Please do give Revan a follow.
And I hope you enjoyed. You got to see a lot of MM tonight. It was great.
That was a very MM heavy seed. So anything else you would like to say, Revan?
Not much else. Just thank you for having me on again. I had a great time. This is always super fun.
We're happy to have you on too. So folks, I do want to remind you, this is not the end of our GDQ broadcast for tonight. A few announcements here on behalf of GDQ. Registration is live for Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 if you'd like to attend the event in person from January 14th through the 21st. Go to games.donequick.com for more info. Also, speaking of YouTube, if you're watching, hello, be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick to watch our shows live. And your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits shared on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. If you enjoy watching Speedruns daily, consider subscribing to the channel. And that's going to do it for Random Number Generation here tonight. I'm Skybilz, your host. Stay tuned for Time Capsule coming up after the break. Take it away, Tippy.